Hello there, everyone. Welcome to ZSR. We have another ALttPR Crosskeys Tournament 2021 match. This is a semifinal between Goomba and zelgadissan. It's Game 3 of their best of 3. Winner faces wall kicks in the grand finals. With that, I'm going to introduce our 3 commentators today. Allison, Lin, and Frostbite.
Hello, everybody. I
Hello,
am
everyone.
ridiculously excited for this match. I don't know, for those of you who didn't watch the matches yesterday, they were both super close, and they came way late. They came down to the very, very end, one of them coming down to literally 5 seconds of difference, which I think might have exploded a couple people's heads. Poor Bliverl was dying in Twitch chat. So yeah, I'm really excited. It's a game 3, this is semifinals, 2 of the best runners. Like, honestly, probably whoever wins this is likely to be the finals favorite. Not much more you can ask for.
Yeah, I've been super pumped ever since the Bills kicked butt today. I've been in a good mood, ready to go, looking forward to this. Just like we said, 2 of my favorite runners, let alone best runners, and totally, I'm not different necessarily, but they have different nuances and different benefits and weaknesses, if you want to call them that. That might be too strong a word. This is going to be a great match, I'm sure. The first 2 were great. All the races late in this tournament have been great.
And here we go. Classic start from both of them, if I remember correctly. Just going to the witch's hut and to a holy hand to get some money if you ever find a bomb shop.
Yeah, I mean, just getting early bombs so that you don't leave stuff orphaned around is so important. Like, early to seed and Crosskeys, the only thing that matters, like, very early on, the only thing that's going to matter is just being efficient with what you do. Because chances are you're going to be doing most of it anyway, so as long as you don't put yourself in a bad position, you're going to be fine.
So that's GG's, right? Zelga 1-timed that fake flip, or Goomba 2-timed it.
Alright, literally over. Alright.
Bad RNG for Goomba for that pickle, like going to the left, not having a good line. So that's the first shot, but unfortunately, no money.
Yeah, that's
Light
like
bombs.
kind of.
Also, sorry, I don't think Goomba got a drop from the pickle. Yeah, so Zelga saw the drop too, so he knows the pickles have the money, whereas Goomba went up and did another one.
Oh, Goomba. Wasting some seconds here, and we have Vanilla useless fairy.
Goomba doing his best me cosplay out there, finding inexplicable ways to mess up this fake flipper.
It's kind of hard, honestly. It's fairly specific coming from the left, I feel. It's like 1 pixel or 1, yeah.
I can't do it from the right. I can only fake flipper from the left.
Because you have to press diagonal when you jump into the water. Or jump diagonally.
So Zelga's an Eastern area guy, it seems like, after this.
Well, we'll see. I mean, a lot of people will come down to check these 2 entrances near like Hylia, but won't actually go all the way to Eastern.
Killing enemies on the way, so whenever he gets to do a triple, he's gonna get a tier 2 or tier 3, and there's a bomb shop, a very good bomb shop.
I'll say an underrated aspect of being able to do this too is you get to check a lot of prize pools in the way, because you got the green pickle above, you can check the Octorok here, you can check the bow guards, or you could if theoretically you don't miss everything like Goomba kind of did there. He did see the bow pack, we saw the other one had the magic pack.
That's a lot of bombs.
Yeah,
and there's another great entrance to find early.
I love skipping the heart piece on 3 hearts that would take 1 second to get. This is when you know it's late in the tournament.
Man,
I'm going for the eastern area already for Zelda.
It's kind of a, like, I understand, it's one of those things where you can win very, very big.
We can also orphan easily.
Yeah, I had a seed last tournament where I found my Cave of Samari over here, and then the Moon Pearl was just in Tile Room in GT and CAC. It just managed to, like, absolutely get a massive lead on my opponent. But you could also get in the position where you orphan a lot of stuff, and so this is kind of a higher risk, higher reward play than you would normally have.
Yeah, I sort of feel like I don't hate it and I don't love it. Like I totally agree with what you're saying. It's sort of a high variance play. I personally would prefer to check the castle area for the drop down, just because I like to get that drop down information early to sort of get my mid game planning going on. But if you don't find anything you got to come back to, it's not like you're wasting your bombs, although they have them. I kind of get it.
Be careful, they'll go with that Octorok at the end.
Yep.
Yeah, you almost have to kill him here with a bomb.
No, you can use it. He may just let it path away.
Or wait. Yeah.
But he's going to go for the kill, and it phases through because this game is fun.
I love that he just absolutely nailed it, and it's just like, nope, not going to happen.
I gotta be honest, though, that gave me a little bit of a feeling of vindication, because Zelga and I met up as we found the bottom of Paradox Cave there, so finding that with a mirror would be huge. Where Zelga and I were both played each other in the main tournament, and we're both in Mini Boulder and Cave at the exact same time. We both throw bombs. I throw it directly into both Moldorms and get the double frame rule and nothing dies. And then Zelga misses his bomb and both Moldorms just turn and bolt straight for the bomb. I almost literally quit the game after watching that clip. I was so mad.
Yeah, we have a first dark room here. Unfortunately, I don't have sound, so I couldn't hear if it was the old man saving quit. Given Goomba is going through, I think it is.
Yeah, so a little trick that runners will do here is that it's impossible to know, like, you can't really know where you are if you don't have a sword to hold out sparkles, but you cannot quick swap when you are in a room transition, and so when you're doing the old man escape, which you can tell by hearing the jump down sound, if you spam out the quick swap buttons while you're doing it, it will stop once your room transition, and that's how you know where you are. And Goomba takes the early route straight here, as we were talking, Zelga found a vanilla uncle and found his flute there.
So we know that not saving the old man is not an
Ooh.
And knowing that Sank is at the magic bat drop down, he can already check that. I wouldn't be surprised if he checks the castle. I don't think the flute is gonna hurt him that much. The way he routed Kakariko, he might just be able to activate his flute. Because as long as he doesn't go, towards the activation spot, Goomba shouldn't lose time.
Yeah, and it might be a little bit, but it probably won't. As long as he's still in a position where he wants to be checking things and checking his drop downs, we'll probably see him head up there not too late.
Yeah, especially since it's the uncle. Like, it's one of the ones you might just run out. Like, it's 2 guaranteed items.
I'll say it's kind of a nice. It's kind of a nice spot too, because not only is there a uncle drop down there, there's also a connector off of it, so you don't even need to save and quit. It lets you continue your route, even though it takes you to Dark Lumberjack, which isn't a super highly desirable place, but is still pretty nice to find.
Yeah, it's a nice one-time drop if you have the Moon Pearl already. It's not something you necessarily want to have to use multiple times.
Yeah. And I think that was a big key on race game there?
I believe it was.
Library,
yeah.
you mean?
Library down
library.
there. Yeah.
Sorry. I call library race game. Please don't ask me why, because I literally couldn't explain it to you.
Oh, there's a few connectors on the mountain, unfortunately.
I think we saw 2, right?
3, there's also a dark one.
Well, not reversing this one.
I guess we're getting a flute now.
But that is a super high value entrance for Goon. And there's a more even, especially if you end up in a position where, if you find, that's the nice magic drop, because you can use the ice rod now, too. But if you find, a mirror in here or something, that becomes a 100% mandatory connector to have to take. And even if not, this can be an area that people put off, so anything Goomba finds here might, like a Moon Pearl, might feel really good.
Which... he doesn't have the flute, but the moment he gets the flute, he will know that's in logic.
Yep.
He's probably expecting a land, but...
I'll say, so knowing Goomba's tendencies, I kind of expect him, now that he has a Moon Pearl, and especially since he'll have the flute here, I expect him to be somewhat aggressive about what he's going to do, and will likely be a little more active about following connectors than he might normally.
I can tell you an area that Zelga checked that he's not going to go to. The eastern area.
He's not going to head to the east. And, Zelga didn't find anything there, so that's just going to be time safe for Goomba, who will absent a very late mirror, as Goomba struggles a little bit with the purple guards, I wasn't counting. I'm assuming that puts him up to a tier 2 pull.
Oh, it's a connector.
It's actually a pretty good connector.
With the flute, it loses a bit of its value.
It does. But getting spit out at that strength rock there at least is kind of nice in that you give yourself a position to not have to come back to there.
Yeah, exactly. It's the best one.
Goomba might not even follow the connector. I mean, he might. With the Moon Pearl, that's actually... no, he's going to. So he's going to be in Dark World already.
Yeah. I suspect we will, especially not only with the Moon Pearl, he's got the hammer too, so he can route down to Village of Outcasts, and he can clear out basically all the non-Midslock stuff there. Bumper Cave is going to be a little sad, but Bumper Cave is always a little sad.
As you can see the item, but yeah. Southwood, that's model for this game.
Alright. Zelda does not probe the Dark Connector there.
He has the flute, so even if it's the rescue, in his mind, I feel like I'm gonna save him anyways from the back, so that's still fine.
The only kind of risk in that is if it happens to be up in Tower of Hera, but we know it's not there.
Yeah, and you know where that dark is. You can come back there quickly if it is that.
And I suspect what we'll see from Goomba is a very scattershot approach to routing where he's going to end up revisiting areas many times over here. Because he'll just, as soon as he finds a connector to go through, he will follow it and then say, okay, well, I can come back here very easy with the flute. So we might see some interesting routing, which I think can lead to a lot of divergence and a lot of sort of interesting decisions the runners can make.
I don't have pod, no bow, one key though.
No bow, no bottle.
I'm not expecting a mid clip. Like Goomba can be mid clip, but I know he's doing it buffered and finds it slow, and I'm not sure he's willing to spend the time against.
I would
Zelda.
expect him to, purely because of the fact that Pod's area is kind of nasty to get back to.
At the same time, Zelda is going to be willing to do it.
Yes.
Yeah, I would tend to do it this early just so that if I find a bow in one of my next checks, I'm not just thinking, oh, well, great, now I got to go right back there because it's, it's not blocked by anything other than the bow.
If you were doing the back, I can see it. But since you're
coming back to that,
you're coming back to that. I can see Goomba putting that off for a bit.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised with either decision.
I would say Goomba's not going to save and quit out here because he's going to explore the rest of this, I suspect. But
yeah, he's Death Warp.
He's not mimicking.
Yeah.
Perfectly defensible in either direction, I think.
We have a flute activation from Zaga. So the question is he gonna go to the mountain already, or is he gonna go north? We're still missing a lot of drop downs. If the well is vanilla, there's actually a very good incentive not to go north yet.
Yeah. You orphan the glove rock there, and also you have extracted, I want to say, 77% of the value that you can extract from drop downs in total just from the Uncle and Well by itself. So we'll see. And there is the well, so yeah, I would be piecing out of it as soon as I clear the CAC entrances here.
I'm sure there's a freestanding item, but kind of hard to say.
Yeah, you're committing to all those, right? Like you're not just going for the freestanding item; it's all that way around. And then what are you going to just save quid out of the back lumberjack?
Yeah, but with the well and Uncle already found, I feel like that has.
Yeah, I agree. I would flute to the mountain for sure. I wouldn't check anything in the North World.
Yeah, there's no way I'm going to be encouraging orphaning stuff early on for a thing that has very low value. But yeah, Zelda did find the Turtle Rock big, and he did find the Ice Palace big. Ice Palace is nice just because if you do end up diving Ice Palace, you're not going to be orphaning the big chest.
There's another connector. This one is going to follow. You have to follow this here, especially with your flute and everything. And like we said, finding the well already, going north.
Ooh. So we'll see if he bomb jumps this. Looks like he's setting up for it.
Yeah, I was going to say, oh, wow.
All right, so Goomba now has the ultimate pack of stuff that you want when routing,
And
which is
now you're doing Lost Woods from here if you're Goomba, I think.
yeah. You want this Mirror Moon Pearl combination as much as you can, and he'll be able to route effectively all of Vu and all of Kak together right now, which is going to make this a really tempting route. In addition, he can go down from here. He'll knock off K45. He'll knock off Race Game. Like he'll get all of that. Like I don't think he's even checked Race Game, right? Like he just gets to blind.
He's gonna
Race
get
Game.
the hook shot on the way as well. Like he's gonna see the connector. Just probably gonna check the item. Just like,
Yeah, like you have to go check that item when you find that door, even if you don't plan on taking the connector.
I mean, there's a thing you can do kind of easily, is that you see the connector, but you still have the flute in your hand. So you're going to activate the flute first, and then you're going to go.
Yeah.
And I would say I want to talk. We'll probably talk about this a lot about little advantages that things carve up, because these are things that, when you look at like when you have hundreds of micro advantages in a Crosskey seed over time, these are things that stack up. And so one of the things we're going to see here is like Zelda just had to waste not a lot of time, 5 seconds, 10 seconds probably, running in and getting himself killed so he could check the rest of Desert, whereas Goomba has the Moon Pearl already. None of these things like alone are going to do much, but in aggregate they do a lot.
Yeah,
So this is a good feeling for Goomba here early on.
They've got the two like most time-saving items, I feel like, early, the flute and the mirror. In that, like, you're not walking over the overworld at all. You know, obviously you'd like to have boots, but, you know, that's, you know, whatever. Get them. They don't lose their value. It's just more linear, whereas the flute, I feel like, loses value as you go forward.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
flute
good
has-
connector for Zelda, even though he has the flute. Now he's probably going to be checking the mountain.
All right, well,
I'll keep
Aghanim
that.
is now basically dead. I think completely dead, actually. And Zelda finds his first sword here.
That's nice.
I'll say Goomba also gets the ability to route lead this because he already got spit out at Dark Lumberjack, so he doesn't even need to be in the Dark World here. So you'll probably see him return to his Dark World portal now and start heading down, but now he's just going to cross off. It's not double the speed that Zelda's going to go, because it's like there's time and cost to the mirror transitions, but you get a really nice efficiency boost by just having the mirror and the pearl the entire time.
The main issue for Zelda right now is that the connector leading to that area is bad. Let's put it like this.
The connector leading to the area is bad, and he doesn't have the mirror. And the mirror is over there. So you may find that he's...
Huh?
Sorry, so you may find that Zelda is going to try to greed out a little bit. And when I say greed out, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing. It's just sort of I'm going to try to wait for more things. And he may try to say, I don't want to hit the Dark World until I have a mirror so that I don't orphan K45, so that I don't orphan Race Game. Unfortunately for him, it's all right there.
If I am correct, we're only missing Magic Bat and Ganon as drop downs in not respectively, but Sanctuary and Pyramid.
And Zelda does have that Desert Small, so he's going to be able to check this now. Goomba, meanwhile, is actually going to follow this connector.
It makes a lot of sense. Oh no, he's old.
Okay.
He doesn't have a TR key though. He has a nice rod.
I don't like this.
He has a nice rod.
He does.
It is very dangerous.
Yeah, I would almost use the hammer. The ice rod is not ideal.
I thought we were going to get to talk about portal conservation here, because I thought that's where he was headed, but nope, apparently we're killing stuff here.
I was gonna lift the Southpool's heads on the...
I'll say, and like, pay attention to like the small things Goomba did there, where he blocked off the anti-fairies by standing on the pegs. He's freezing with the ice rod to give him the best chance. Like, this is actually a really good way of doing this. And ice rod strats are really rarely seen, so it's always fun to see them go.
Oh yeah,
Did we find anything in Desert Right?
I was watching Goomba's ice rod strats. I don't think we found it. Thank you, Liberal. Thank you, trackers who are actually watching both runners and not the runner with the shiniest thing.
Yeah, he was doing something fancy, so
Yeah, exactly.
Can't
Like,
really
I,
blame him.
yeah, I've been watching both pretty equally, and there's no way I was watching the other runner when one of them's doing that.
Yeah, that was super cool. Zelda, meanwhile,
Oh, wow.
Zelda's going.
Yeah,
no, well, yeah, he will.
yeah, he'll come
Oh.
back to it, I think.
Yeah, he's gonna do Crystal Roller, and then he's gonna come back.
Hopefully.
This is about as good of a
knowledge
start.
from Goomba, but fairies are trolling him a little bit.
I'll say good knowledge, bad RNG. You hate to see it.
Yeah, and Zelga's still without that mirror. Not that he's losing tons of time, but every one of these death warps is significant, you know?
Yeah, and then the Pearl as well. Like it's little things that are going to stack up and are going to give Goomba an early advantage here. Now Zelda will at least get the boots, which is going to feel pretty good. Of course, he also has 2 Turtle Rock keys, so it's a lot less controversial for him.
I would not even care about the pokey here.
Oh yeah. If
Yeah,
I
same.
have honestly, if I have a key and I don't have a super fast free way to kill him, I'm skipping the pokey.
Yeah, I'll use a medallion maybe if I have 1 key, but yeah, I would definitely not be in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. And Zelda is
Getting trolled a little bit.
Yeah.
a little trolled, trying to dodge the bunny beam.
Just eat the bunny beam.
That's what I do. But yeah, now so Goomba's gonna activate his flute.
He's gonna do the end of Keg and flute back to this exact spot, I feel.
Yep. I think that is. He might not do the bottom of CAC. I think he'll do the end of the top of CAC. He might do the bottom because he's gonna want to do race game while he's there anyway. And that RNG for the chop just scared me greatly. And Zelga's in the scary zone.
Yeah, that was nice. I think that worked out really well for him, but that was super scary. And I hate
It
even
worked.
being on the right side.
Yeah, so if you're on the left side of that room, if you're hugging the left wall, the chomps just can't reach you. This is not true on the right side. And Grasshopper, yes, he skipped the Poke Key because he has enough keys. Unlike in normal key sanity modes where there is not entrance, in entrance, because you have theoretical access to all the different Turtle Rock doors, small keys have a much lower value. For Turtle Rock specifically. And so a lot of runners will just basically throw them away like candy.
Okay, now we'll have our knowledge of Mickey to TR. Goomba might go back.
Yeah, so Zelga got that earlier, and he did open that chest.
Alright, so we have Ganon here, meaning Magic Bat is in the pyramid. Not something you want to see, but...
Yeah, you just hope you literally never find the powder. Right? No.
Yeah, never.
Actually, when you're, I mean, Moonbird's on top of the mountain, of the castle, so you don't actually want to do Ganon's Tower in that seed. Ever.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, and the Moon Pearl at least logically locks the mirror, and knowing these two runners, I don't suspect that we'll see an early Buddy Revive into Skullwoods or anything by Zelga. And yeah, Zelga's supremely confident in his execution, which, I mean, I get. Like, dude's a monster. Looking at heart containers at 5 hearts and just saying, nah, I'm good. And Goomba gets, saying, I guess this is, and this is going to be great for Goomba too, because now he gets to route Dark Death Mountain with Light Death Mountain.
Go to Hera as well. He's gonna lose his portal in CAG, unfortunately.
He is. I mean, unless he decides to just take a suicide instead. But we'll see if he jumps down.
Nah, he's checking Hera.
The Pearl is in Mini Moldorm Cave on top of Hyrule Castle.
You need to get to Death Mountain, and there's a connector here. If I remember right, it's the
it's
right.
the old man. It's this one.
I'm actually surprised you're not just following that, given that
Yep.
you're just floating back.
Yeah, if
Yep.
if you get stuck, you just whatever save quit and you're right back there. It would maybe be different if you had the mirror and you could just come up to all of them, mirror after the dark one, and go back through it or whatever. But I would probably just jumped in right there.
Yeah, but I think Zelga at least wanted to save the old man, which he is doing right now.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Or is not doing right now.
Ooh.
Oh, right, that was the different dark connector. Okay. Ooh, that's a nasty spot for Spiral Cave. I don't think really much of a choice here for Goomba.
You're kind of hoping it drops you somewhere on the mountain, I guess.
Or you're hoping for, like, Bumper Cave, so you just get your portal back.
That's true.
You're actually just hoping that
second
it's something nice like that sword, so you don't care if you get spit up somewhere bad.
Yeah, and having the boot.
Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, he hasn't been to this area in the Light World before either, so he gets to double clear this. Honestly, what I most enjoy about playing like Mirror and Pearl seeds is that I literally call them Jesus take the wheel seeds. I'm like, I have no control over where I'm going. I'm just gonna follow this connector and see where it spits me and adapt from there.
Yeah, the main issue for Goomba right now is there's a few entrances he orphaned in Village of Outcasts before following the connectors, so those are kind of orphaned.
Yeah, I mean, if he finds a Bumper Cave connector, that would be really big for him, because those put them right back in play for him. As well, finding a glove puts them slightly back in play, although it's still pretty painful.
Yeah, that's like the next big thing, right? The glove, where's it at?
Yeah, it's not a huge deal to not have a glove early on, but it's always nice to not have to orphan all of these entrances.
The kind of smart thing to do would actually go north here. And hookshot across and loop around.
Art Zelga found a sword in Hype Cave.
That was on the mountain.
It's
East Death Mountain. Oh.
Zelga's smelling his pearl right now, I suspect. I kind of suspect he's going to go into Salva's room and be expecting to the pearl there with that early. I mean, I guess he knows the hammer's out of logic. Well, maybe not anymore. Maybe not so much anymore.
Already low on health, though. Gotta be careful. I mean, with so many items in Ganon's Tower, you might just find another, like a heart refill anyways.
Yeah, he also has literally 0 keys, so we'll see if he's going to stop here or is just going to say, you know what, I'm going to continue all the way to Isarmos. I think both are very defensible, very understandable positions. And I love that Ether here, because Ether is, by the way, the best way to do this room with Quicksolve enabled.
Yeah, that seems to me that he's going to keep going.
Oh, he's going to keep going now. Oh, with that key, he's definitely going to keep going.
Yeah, I feel like if you're not keeping going, you don't even kill the Stalfos.
Interesting. Yeah, so he's saving the key now and doesn't want to.
He's lacking. Sorry, critical information. I mean, if he had the Moon Pearl, he would have spent the key. I feel like.
That is probably true. But I think he's in his heart kind of worried, what if I find the GT big key and I need to climb? And for those of you who are true historians of this, Zelda and Goomba actually played each other in the winner's bracket of last year, which was a double elimination tournament. And Zelda actually won mostly based on an early climb that he did that Goomba ended up, I think, last locationing. So he's got to have some shades of this in his head. And these checks here are 4 key locks, so maybe we'll find something, but it's going to be pretty deeply out of logic. Or more likely you find nothing like this.
Yeah, you're hoping to find maybe a little better nothing than that, though.
Yeah. Maybe you find nothing, but you'd like to find, you know, like, something in your nothing.
Oh.
Toffle, nobody will ever apologize to the Bugnet. Especially since we're not playing like hard mode like the main tournament was this year. That at least gave the Bugnet some value, but this, no. Absolutely not.
I mean, Zelga's doing his best to replicate hard mode by skipping all the health he can.
Yeah, I mean, Zelda was
he
a
probably wants to
place...
death wire out of this, or I don't know. Buy a hard Goomba. I mean, you still have one shot, but still.
Watching people who enjoy going around, who just always like are sitting on low health, is always a little bit unnerving, because they trust themselves and say, you know what, I'm not going to get hit.
Yeah, but I don't trust them.
You're doing that. I think you're just doing that here.
Yeah, for sure.
He is going to be going through Tower of Hera now. He'll probably be Hera potting off of this, and so he'll get 4 of the 6 items, 2 of which will be in logic here. And Zelga found the item that you did not want to find in this seed.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh!
I'm just going to sip my drink very loudly over here.
Yeah, nothing in the back of escape, unfortunately. Which is a check that makes a lot of sense for Zelda, because it's in logic, with the hammer being now in logic for him.
Yeah, meanwhile, Goomba knows the hammer is out of logic. I don't think Goomba cares, but he sure knows. The only way he kind of cares is that having that first fire source is convenient, so while I think the dark rooms are nothing more than a minor inconvenience, the inability to light torches when you need to is in fact a little bit of a concern.
Yeah, exactly. And you just, if the fire rod's blocked by the lamp, then there's no choice. If you need it, of course. But yeah, this Hera play, it feels like it's a must play, but then sometimes I think, I'm just dreading getting the Hera big key at some point and having to make the choice to go back for this one stupid check.
I mean, the one thing is that it's actually not that expensive to come back to.
Exactly. And if you find the small key at some point, it makes like a 2-for-1 terrible spot cleanup.
Yeah. It ends up being a pretty attractive, pretty reasonable play in that case.
Well, at least it's a crystal, but you couldn't have known until you come to the Tower of Hera, or if it's a 5/6 crystal, because the map was in Hera. So.
Yeah, exactly. Blessed Seed. Early Hera pot crystal, poggers.
I literally do not believe this was a crystal. I literally just watched it, and no, it's not a crystal. Absolutely not. Doesn't
about
exist.
This spot in particular. Is this near Lake? Uh-oh.
That's interesting. Because now all of the pieces for a GT climb are actually there. Where was the powder? Again, I missed when Zelda picked it up. Was it in GT?
Yeah, it was... I think it was behind Ice Armos.
Okay, so it was 3 key locked. That's going to make Goomba think really hard about climbing when he goes there.
I'm afraid we're going to see Meyer play from Zelda here.
I just want to... I want to see a sub 40-minute climb. Come on, let's do it. Yeah, that's the thing for Zelda, right? Without the Moon Pearl, he's less interested in following connectors because he doesn't want to play the lottery and get stuck and have to save quit and all this nonsense, right? But of course, we know his solution is to follow a connector.
Yeah. And... Let's see if Goomba's going to follow his connector.
He might come back afterwards.
And Zelda's creating some advantages for himself too, but the problem is just like some of these raw efficiency numbers are things that are hard to duplicate. I say raw efficiency as Goomba bonks off of a mirror spot. Unlucky.
Let's give us a double.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Anytime I double bonk, I literally.
You have hookshot cave here as well. You have hookshot cave here as well.
Yeah.
The other thing that's going to actually tantalize Goomba into climbing, and it would be an even stronger lure if he hadn't already found a connector to it, is getting spit out at the pyramid. Because that will basically give him a free way to check for the pyramid item. Which is really nice. Meanwhile, Zelda has little advantages too. Like if the Hera big key chest has something, he's probably going to do it when he finds it and goes through, because he'll have the small key and he has a fire source. Goomba had neither. So we'll see. And I actually kind of suspect that Goomba's going to climb GT, if only because it's a fast way to teleport to the pyramid. Especially if he doesn't have a glove when he finds GT.
Oh, that's what Goomba was going to. Where Goomba was going to if he was following that connector in K45.
Yeah, but you definitely understand why he didn't. He may actually double back.
That's actually our first time seeing that. Old man saving quit point. It is very good. He's not gonna climb. Goomba's not gonna climb.
That's a very good spot for Goomba too, because Goomba hasn't even looked at the eastern area yet.
Super Bunny Cave giving it the hard stare.
You might just do those 2 houses and come back.
Yeah, exactly.
Zelda, unfortunately, following the wrong connectors.
Yeah. I do think Zelga's starting to run out of stuff he can do, though.
That's Meyer.
Yeah, that's the fear.
That's true.
And he has that fire source, even though...
Okay. He's got the fire source, so he can go left side.
Yeah, even though he's missing a few keys still, he does have one, and he's got the big key. This is... I probably would have done exactly the same thing.
This is a eminently reasonable play. It's just not the one that leads to the Pearl. GT entrance was East Death Mountain, I believe.
Oh, you know.
Oh, well, Agina is actually a really fast thing to come back to, then.
The Goomba's gonna find the goods here on the East Death Mountain. Lamp. Another sword. No, the lamp was in GT, sorry. There's a sword here.
I don't know why you thought the GT was on Death Mountain somewhere, but that's a weird thing for you to come to the conclusion of, Lynn.
I just heard that GT's on Death Mountain.
And Goomba has yet to check his saving quit points, front and back.
Yeah, I mean, you're just not going to do a lot of quitting in this seed.
Yeah, it can get to the point, I feel like, at some point where you forget that those are even options because you've had the mirror, the flute, you've had all these mobility options for so long.
Yep, and here comes an underwhelming connector from Hookshot Cave. Although probably looks a little bit better with Goomba not knowing where Old Man is. But yeah, he's just going to double back here.
Aladdin is done on purpose. He's still looking for a Master Sword, by the way.
I hate you. Cubs changed my nickname on the ZSR Discord to Aladdin. That's why it says Aladdin. Hey, I found it!
Speaking of Master Sword, Goomba's gonna get tempered pretty soon.
In one of the races in the main tournament, actually my last race against Zelda, I had a Master Sword and Zelda had the Fighter Sword, and so someone went into Twitch chat and goes, "Where did Aladdin get the Master Sword?"
I thought you saw it. I thought you saw it, because when we were paying for the comms, it was already Aladdin.
I mean, I know that he changed my name to that, I just ignore it. Well, not a lot of happy things in this mire so far.
Yep.
Definitely not what you were hoping for if you're Zelda. Goomba, meanwhile, with an embarrassment. Oh, there's something that's really nice. Although a little less fun given the fact that Zelda has already done the small key checks in Desert.
Goomba hasn't even found Desert, so he doesn't even, like, he's gonna do it. So that's the bottle, the first bottle.
Yeah, that's not what you're looking for. I mean, the Desert Big Key is nice. I don't think they found the back of Desert yet, so at least when you find that, you can do it. But, like, you're really... I mean, he's just irritated that he hasn't found the Mood Pearl, let's be honest.
We're gonna get a Mood... Oh, no. Wrong.
Wrong connector, Oni-chan.
It is the freest... It is... I'm sort of surprised because it is a really fast connector.
Yeah. But I suspect Zelda's not really looking for connectors right now is the problem.
Exactly, I completely agree.
He's trying to track down, here are the definite entrances that I have.
And Goomba's gonna be like, oh, that's it.
And Goomba's gonna be like, wow, that's a nice third sword.
And Smoky to Desert when I'm about to go through Desert Palace.
So, and Zelga is gonna grab his mushroom here, and I think we haven't seen the potion shop, so that makes it a pretty easy one to turn in. But yeah, it's gonna be disappointed. Was definitely hoping for the Moon Pearl in that chest. Okay, Goomba did find the potion shop. Where is it? Oh, it's at Smith's? Okay, whatever. That's super free.
I wonder what Zelga's going to do next. Is he going to take connector journeys? Does he have any checks and for doors left?
He's going to turn in that mushroom.
He's going to do
that. Check it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, as Shroomba is now going to get to do the other checks in Desert Palace here. But he is at least going to have to double back a second time to get that heart container from Desert. Not that he needs it, but...
Oh!
Oh...
Yeah, that's kind of, like, obviously you'd like to find the glove, but, like, now he's just going to go check all those crappy glove doors that he hasn't left behind, which admittedly isn't that many.
Yeah.
There's a thing, though. Goomba hasn't checked the package escape yet. So he's gonna be likely getting that glove very soon.
Goomba, I think, is going to get the glove right after this trip. He's going to go straight to turn it in, and then he's going to be like, oh, I can do back of escape here.
He's going back to the checking the right entrance, because he also hasn't checked the 2 items, but yeah. Whenever he's gonna get locked, oh, he can do that as well. Oh boy.
He probably thinks this is it, too.
Yeah, because this surprisingly, for, like, when do you ever get back of Desert this early and it's actually in logic, right?
It feels like the seed is yelling at him to go to Desert, and that ain't it.
Well, yeah, especially you'd be thinking, okay, what is the stuff I got telling me? Okay, I'm going to find that. Like, it literally seems like, oh, and here's Desert, of course. Now I'm going to get the Moon Pearl, but nope.
Yeah, so if we talk a little bit about the way the placement algorithm works, a very quick summary to not get into too technical details is that items that are placed early in the seed are more likely to be there for a reason. And so when you get a very, very long lead, like you did on this, that says, hey, you should really do this, you're going to listen to it and go, you know, I should really do this. And I mean, this still could be something. Like, there's a very real possibility this is logically required and important. But it's not the one that's going to give, hey, look, more options for Zelda.
I just want to say he's still a super gamer for those nice route strats.
That was a really nice fight. Like, we didn't comment it on at all because I think we're kind of used to seeing these runners do really solid execution, but...
Yeah, I'm just getting ready to say NA aim if he misses 3 times. I don't care if he makes it.
Also worth noting that the back of Desert is strength locked unless there's a connector to the bottom of Bumper Cave. There. Which I find amusing for vanilla reasons.
Now Goomba's gonna not check the save and quit point instead.
Yeah. This is actually going to incentivize Goomba to go back through that connector, though. He has the mirror now, he has the glove, so he can check all those glove entrances. So there's a chance that he's going to end up that way.
Is he, though? Oh, he hasn't done that yet?
Wait, I thought he got spit out there. Was the connector the other side? Alright, well...
Yeah, Goomba's gonna follow.
Speaking of logical leads into something, that's a nice 4 Turtle Rock small keys and the big key for Goomba. As Goomba gets the hammer dash there on the first try.
Yeah, I feel like he was trying to set up like a starting point in the ground to get his foot dug in or something. I don't know. We'll have to ask him in the interview.
And Zelga's just gonna keep getting pushed away from this Moon Pearl.
Yeah, it really is unfortunate that he keeps finding items that open a few horrible and slow spots that can be checked better if you'd had that, Moon Pearl mirror combo, obviously.
Yeah.
But you can't blame them for any of it, really, right? Like,
no,
Nope.
not really. Oh boy.
And
At least we haven't found ice.
We haven't found ice, right? Okay, I'm like, because ice is clearable now. In fact, with that, ice is one small key or Arcana Samaria away from being in logic with the combination of items
speaking
that
of
we
small
have.
keys. Oh, dang, I was trying to
I was
just get
like-
that one.
And the small key on race game even is in logic too, since you have a connector to North Darkworld. You could walk down there as a bunny and mirror there.
At least the
which is
big key of
where
Ganon's Tower is in the Dark World. At least the big key of Ganon's Tower is in the Dark World.
Yeah, so Zelda is not going to end up having to climb in order to... or is not going to climb before he finds his Moon Pearl.
I mean, if he did somehow, it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world towards finding the Moon Pearl.
So the Moon Pearl is you have to flute to the mountain, and you just go straight in that entrance, which is a connector that puts you on top of the castle, and that's where the Moon Pearl is.
No, Frostbite, the problem is it actually is terrible for finding the Moon Pearl, because if he climbs GT, he's going to go there without the mirror.
No mirror, exactly.
And he will have already visited the pyramid, so like he's not going to have any incentive to walk back there.
Right. The scariest check for both runners. Very scary check. Hobo.
Dude, I hate this check. This check is low-key one of the worst checks in the game.
I mean, if this is something, Zelda might just win.
Nope. And we found again a tower. Goomba's gonna find all the tools, the flute, the lamp, the bow. Heat again tower also gonna go in, and with that knowledge of the top of the castle being accessible. Oh, we're getting a Moon Pearl on Zelda's side, by the way. Goomba's gonna check two extra checks in that descent. With I'm assuming he's gonna check map chest and also
We'll
the
see.
chest.
We'll see.
Yeah, he's...
I suspect he will. I suspect he will probably do the big chest, but Zelda there pressing the button slightly too early and having to
Use the wrong medallion on each end. Sorry, I had to do it.
I'm not going. Well.
Oh, wow. That's pretty rough.
He's at least got 3 small keys, and he probably will find the big key soon. So there's a chance he goes back for that. But ooh.
Like I said, like without the knowledge that the top of the castle was accessible, like I can see why Zelda kept the key. But if you have that knowledge, you're likely not gonna climb anytime soon. And I think for Goomba checking it was just the right play.
Yes, I agree.
Hopefully,
I mean,
Zelda
it's not like
mirror
Zelda
soon.
forgot about it. He very intentionally did it because he was trying to be economical about his key count. And since that check is locked by 4 small keys, and of course pot is a pendant. When isn't pot a pendant?
Yeah, plus he's got the lamp. He might just be hoping to find the cane in one of the other 9 checks on that side instead of the one he didn't check, so he can have a key to get onto the right side.
Do you do tile room if you're Goomba knowing that it's 4 GT key locked?
I don't think so.
No.
No.
But I only say the answer is no if I'm making the commitment to say, you know what, I'm willing to climb at very, very low logical provocation. Basically, I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm last locationing tile room in this scene because of that. But I think I would try to wait on the ice rod. Or on the fire rod.
Understandable.
I can tell you where I think the small key is not. I don't think it is in tile room.
Thanks.
It's this kind of thinking that propelled me to the top 8 of this tournament 2 years in a row.
He's doing it. He's doing it. Being safe about it.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with this play. I wouldn't have had a problem with him skipping it.
I'm assuming Goomba is gonna go to the Misery Mire next.
Sure seems like a good play right now, doesn't it?
Boomerang strats are best strats in this room.
Yep, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like they're fun enough that you don't get bored and accidentally take damage because you're like, nah, I'm gonna sneak a drink in here or whatever.
The secret is sneaking a drink and doing boomerang strats.
Oh yeah, or maybe it's more more complicated things.
2 items that we haven't seen.
Oh wow, he just keeps finding things.
And this scene is just not being kind to Zelda right now.
No, that was incredible. You see, he set that death warp up very nicely.
That was so cool.
And then caught the heart refill.
That was so cool and so unlucky. He went for the, like, alley-oop off the backboard death warp. And Kemi Mitamo comes flying in from off court and just waves the finger at him.
So, hopefully Zaga goes into Skullwoods. Hopefully.
Yeah, I feel like it's not bullshit woods at least. So
it's
there's
not.
that.
And he has the big key.
Exactly.
So Goomba be like, where are my GT keys?
Yeah, Goomba's putting a big question mark in the air right now.
Oh,
Well,
there's one.
Now
Yeah,
Goomba's
but
like, where's the last minor key?
That doesn't answer questions. That just asks more questions.
The 7 small key locked bits currently.
Let's see if we can make this go deeper.
Come on, last Myers Small and Mothula. I believe in you. With Fire Rod, key locked in pot. Yep, okay, so Zelga's gonna get his mirror here. Like, this has been really unfortunate for Zelga, and he is behind, but he's not, like, death blowed.
The main issue is, unless he wants to climb, he has no reason to go back into GT. And even worse, the item that would make him go back into GT, I feel like is in GT, and it's not the Kingdoms of Mario.
But he is going to get the big
mitts. Key. It's the mitts.
He does have the big key. He does have 3 small keys. So the climb might actually be screaming to him, and he might accidentally find the cane on the way.
Yeah, but I feel like you want to check a lot of these doors and stuff first.
Like,
I mean, but it's very easy to go back to, and I believe why Lynn said the mitts are the item that sent you back to GT is because you then go there with the Mire area.
Well, it's both, right? Like, the 2 items, one of which they'll both send you back there, maybe not immediately, but eventually.
Especially with the top of the castle already checked. Like, even if the moment he's gonna find that that GT big, like, it's only 5 items with powder, but
it is. One does have to worry how bad he's feeling about that Moon Pearl, though. Because realistically speaking, like, he's actually, like, Zelga's not in that bad of shape.
No, you're right.
He's just behind. Like, he's not dead, but he is behind.
Yeah,
He hasn't wasted a ton of time doing bunny walking or other things that could have, like, this race could be over in theory, but you're right.
I think at this point it would be very unlikely, if it comes to a full clear, for Zelda to be able to full clear the seed faster than Goomba does at this point. Goomba just has already been more efficient. He isn't missing much in the terms of items that would cause him to be less efficient.
There are some death spot in Goomba's route as well. Like Hera Basement is probably a death spot for him. Hera Big Chest as well if Zelda finds a big key.
Yeah, as long as he doesn't find both of them, either one individually is kind of a death spot. It just feels really bad for him because early game in Crosskeys is about efficiency more than anything else. And Goomba's just, like, Goomba is already a very efficient player, and Goomba was given the tools to be as efficient as possible.
Yeah, and it really all came down to the decision to go through that connector right away, which was sort of afforded to Goomba for a couple reasons, right? Because he didn't have the flute yet, I guess, but he had already like saved the old man and whatnot, so he didn't leave the connector there his first step to go save the old man. But I feel like Zelda, like we said, that was maybe the only thing you could say that was a mistake that's led to him being in this point.
Yeah.
By the way,
honestly, he should have followed the connector that first time he saw it.
Yeah, and the reason why we're so hard about this, or maybe sound definitive, is because, like, that connector is literally a second away from a flute spot, and you can get back there with 0 time loss. It's not like you're following a connector that it takes 2 minutes to get back to where you are.
Thing is, there's also how Goomba routed the mountain, which admittedly is how you should route the mountain when you're on low health, because you don't want to exit that portion that has a lot of dead rocks and the cabbages falling on you. So that's the last entrance you should check when you're low on health and you find Death Mountain.
Yeah, and if there's a connector and you don't have your Moon Pearl, you will usually find that most runners are going to follow connectors on Death Mountain over going to the dark entrances on Death Mountain. Especially... Oh no, he didn't have his boots at that point. And so the way his route played out, he was fortunate, but he also is making his own fortune. He's putting himself in position to be able to take advantage of these by doing smart routes, by being able to play, hey, look, if this happens, I am in good shape. And it just happened to happen that, oh, there's a connector right at the end here. Yeah, and if there wasn't, he probably would have climbed and done the other connector, one of the other connectors that was on Death Mountain, but it was just a no-brainer play from him.
Well, here's what I think we're not going to find on Smith.
Turtle Rock Small Key? I'm sorry,
Meyer Small Key or a GT Small Key.
I also think we're not going to find a Turtle Rock Small Key on
I was going to say Turtle Rock Small Key would be very intriguing.
I also suspect there will not be a Hera Small Key or Desert Palace Small Key.
Ew.
Almost is a thing for sure. Goomba has yet to go there. Where were flippers again?
Desert. On Lanmo.
Okay.
I suspect we will see Goomba kill Lanmo as soon as he can. Well, at least Goomba checked one of his save and quit spots now. And, like, usually you're super jazzed to get more save and quit spots, because getting around the seed is a pain, and so getting more points that you can get to quickly is great. This is not a painful seed to get around.
But yeah, Goomba, whenever he finds the back of Desert, is going to do it, probably.
Yeah, I feel for sure.
I cannot imagine him not.
It's like a check that it might be slightly longer than however long it takes to get back to it, but I feel like if it takes less time to do the check than it would take for you to get back to it, then not doing it is just not the right play.
Yeah.
What is this going to be? Some like CT key? What do we got? Did Goomba get this already?
Yeah, he did.
Ice Palace?
Oh.
I mean, it's an okay
Oh
key.
My goodness, the Prophet! The Prophet walks among us!
You were talking about purposes, right?
I assume you do not appreciate purple chests.
We might find some connectors here, like Bumper.
Bumper would be really good for Goomba. Bumper not only would be really good for Goomba because it's Bumper and gives him. Oh, we might just see Goomba kill Trinex at his next convenient opportunity. Not only might we, I'm really suspicious that we're going to find something important on Trinex. Like, say, a GT small key.
Yeah, I was going to say, what is that going to be, like a Meyer small key?
I mean, we don't know if it's in logic yet. We don't. Problem.
Yeah, I feel like it's the seed is like screaming TR so hard, except everything for TR is not in logic, right? So it's like, what do you do?
Everything's out of logic.
That's logic.
This is a really nice connector.
That's in logic now.
And this is in logic to get... Goomba doesn't know it's in logic to get here, but it is in logic. Because I think Goomba hasn't seen the other Paradox Cave, and so he doesn't know if he can reach it. And he also doesn't know where his flippers are. Hey, Goomba, I found the other Paradox Cave.
I mean, I guess it's faster to check them that way than through the inside.
Man, this is some galactic brain routing.
Goomba's gonna get Bombos pretty soon, I'm gonna say.
I sure suspect it, yeah.
Or is he?
Yeah, everything in Paradox is blocked by flippers.
We kind of
so
have to...
really, the flipper lead might just be there to get you your fire rod.
Yeah, exactly. Because you're right, it's not like the flippers were just an extraneous item placed at the end. The seed was screaming, do this stuff.
Yeah. So, and Goomba is unfortunately out of arrows here. Not that it really matters.
He has a King of Samaria, but he's not going to be able to grab Bombos.
Yeah. He'll know it's there, though. I don't think he's going to care.
I mean...
Spit out of Turtle Rock already.
His next one might be... He's going to save him for two old men. I'm assuming. I don't know. He's not...
He's not even doing it. He's waiting for when he can...
Yeah. Admittedly, without arrows, he's waiting for a good time where he can actually pick up the items, which is kind of fair. So we're gonna see the boots check and Gravid Ledge here, probably going back into pod.
Yeah, exactly. He's hookshotting across, right?
Yeah, and he's got a few more keys, and he notably didn't do the both side his first chance. So he's got some pretty good reasons to go back there.
You haven't found Laser Bridge yet as well.
Yeah, but I don't think Goomba's gonna care. He's got 4 keys. He's just gonna... He probably will. I was saying, Goomba's been very, very aggressive about Eastern Palace in this game.
Nope. I agree.
Absolutely not right now. It's super easy to get to.
If you didn't have mids, yes. If you didn't have the mids, yes. For sure.
Yeah, if you didn't have mids, it's terrible to get to. But with the mids, it's so easy to get to. I mean, Tier Laser Bridge could be vanilla. It could also easily just be like Bumper Cave or something.
Oh.
Okay, that's actually a good find for Goomba because I think it actually kind of closes one of Zelga's outs a little bit here. Which we're now going to see just how outy those outs are, as Zelda is likely going to do the basement.
Goomba doesn't know about it yet, about Ganon, yes, but Hot is the green pendant as well.
But yeah, Cater, that's exactly what it is that he had the possibility of 2 very, very bad checks that just coalesced into 2 not good checks, but combined are at least kind of okay.
They'll probably be better than other checks at some point in the future.
What was the backup desert again? It's somewhere.
It's Late World Bumper Cave Strength Rock thing.
The Old Man Rescue Cave, okay.
South of Southwest Death Mountain Foothills Crater.
The Glove Rock in the North Dark World, or North Light World.
So Gooma's gonna find it pretty soon. So I'm assuming Flipper's already gonna be very soon for him. Yep. Alright, let's see. Any Meyer or GT keys. Sorry. Oh.
Oh, let's go!
Oh no!
Come on! I find myself more interested in this stupid GT small key than I've been in a long time. Goomba just casually doing some 6 strats.
Is gonna be able to go all the way to the dark shopping mall. So assuming he's gonna find the fire rod. I mean, he has a mirror, so he'll eventually get back to like when he's gonna find Paradox. He's gonna be like, oh, I know where this leads. Maybe I should follow it.
Yeah, I'm sort of surprised because it's right next to Flute 5 Cave, right? The mirror one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he hasn't just fluted there on an off, like at a when he's had a choice to make at some point when a route ended.
Yeah. The problem is, when does your route end?
That's
when you have these tools.
That is the problem. Yeah. And when he would have liked to have do it, he didn't have, of course, the mirror because he was looking for the Moon Pearl still when he had those choices to make.
They did fix Jingle Glitch. They also said they fixed Quadrant Glitch, but actually made it worse.
I mean, they did fix the glitch, and technically.
I mean, they could fix the glitch by making it impossible to play Link to the Past, but I don't think that's what people want.
Yeah, it's creating bigger, worse glitches.
And I think that was nothing out of pod for Goomba?
Just a gate, but
yeah,
bumper. So
I mean, yeah, nothing relevant here.
I
guess technically for Spike Cave is relevant, but
we've seen it from there was nothing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I feel like Spike Cave having nothing is one of the most disappointing checks in the game because it's just so annoying.
Tell Goomba about Spike Cave.
The counter to that is that finding something in Spike Cave is one of the best feelings in the game.
Oh, I know.
And I would like to formally apologize to Dazed Cloud at this exact moment for uttering that sentence. Because Dazed Cloud and I met in the top 16 in this tournament, and 2 seeds in a row the Fire Rod was in Spike Cave.
Oh no.
Alright, so he's gonna learn about Pod. He's gonna mirror and find Desert. He's gonna have not a pendant information.
Zelga's gonna find his Fire Rod here, which is going to make him not want to go back to GT even more until he has Cade of Samaria.
Coordinates. For a good combo.
And Goomba's going to pick up his flippers here. And defeat his 3rd boss of the game. This one, not a crystal.
But we're quiet.
So what's your play after this desert? Do you just... He doesn't have many checks in this route yet. Is it Meyer? Is it TR?
Yeah, go for Trinex for sure.
Goomba, I suspect, will go for Tridex. Also, is there a better feeling in this entire game than finding a guaranteed required item on a pendant boss in a 7 crystal seed? I don't actually...
Yeah, it depends, right? I feel like if I do a boss early, it's like, okay, so my opponent's going to do this one too at some point, so I don't feel like I'm losing that pendant time, right?
But like, if you just blind Helmasaur, for instance, and find something, you're just like, oh, I'm a god!
Yeah, exactly.
And counterpoint, is there a worse feeling than doing that and finding something that might be required?
Yeah, no, something that just adds checks, right? Like, you're like, oh god.
Like, you find the book on Helmasaur King, you're just like...
Yeah, because deep down, you know it's not required, but you're hoping it's required, so you're going to invest that time, you're going to double down on the play, right? So...
Alright, what do we still have here in Outcast? Oh, it's going back to Skullwood's gonna check the back of Skullwoods. Okay, see it. Big chest in the back of Skullwoods. Makes sense?
Yeah, he's got both of them.
We know where Swamp is, it's just in Lightwood High Cave. Pyramid is a very orphan spot right now for Goomba. Kinda.
Yep.
Whenever he decides finally to saving quit to the old man, he's probably gonna check it. Sorry, he still hasn't done that. I think he saved the old man 1 hour ago.
I'll say at this point I'm half expecting him to take Kiki in a pod and find the old man and feel about as stupid as you can possibly feel. Alright, and just a map here. Zelda has full knowledge, so he does not care. Lynn, check me here. Were 3 items from Go Mode?
Swamp Small.
Swamp Small, Thief Big, Eastern Big?
Yes. I don't have access to almost every entrance aside from Pyramid Ferry.
And here comes Goomba to clean out Trinex.
Oh. If Eastern Big is here, Goomba might be toast. I mean, not toast, but he's gonna clear all his 6 other dungeons before going there.
Yeah, he's not gonna rush back here for sure.
That's a way that Zelda can gain some time here. If
Yeah.
something
From a race perspective, Zelda making the decision Goomba doesn't is almost always going to be the right decision for him, even if with the knowledge that Goomba has, with the knowledge that Zelda has, it's not actually the right decision. And so this is a good place for Zelda and a good opportunity for him to pick up some time.
you exit here,
Yes.
Bumper.
I probably would as well.
It's not that bad to come back to if you get, like, completely screwed.
Yeah, you're only looking to duck like what, 2 spots? Maybe a TR portal or something like
Only
that.
Pyramid Ferry, I feel like.
Yeah, Ganon.
No, he can get
GT.
back from Pyramid Ferry.
Oh, we have 1 item here.
If it's Pyramid Ferry, he can dash back.
Oh,
I would say that's really good. Like, that closed off a potential orphan from him. But yeah, now he's Eastern and Thieves Big for Go Mode, I believe. He also might...
we need the dam. We need the dam, by the way.
I would say he needs the dam. He also needs Ice Palace.
Did we find anything in Eastern? I don't think so.
No, not yet, I don't believe.
It's been a hunk of junk.
But even if it's not the Eastern Big, it needs to log the Eastern Big, but unfortunately for Zelda, never do Eastern. Sorry.
I thought he was on Team Never Do Eastern.
We haven't seen the my area yet. Like, Goomba's been busy. Let's put it like this.
Yeah, I suspect we're going to see it very soon from Goomba, because I don't think he's going to be able to do a lot of this, but Zelda is now going to find this after he beats Hera and be probably a little salty. But that's a pretty terrible spot to get to be fair.
With Mare being in Skullwoods, yeah. Admittedly,
Yeah.
with the boots, there's kind of an incentive to come back to the area after Skullwoods, after you find the mirror, because of Bone Crocs and Hammer and King's Tomb.
By the way, nice proximity of Laser Bridge.
I was just gonna say, oh, you're looking for TR doors, are you?
I don't think we've. Oh no, we've seen the bottom of the Death Mountain. There's an entrance to Desert, and Goomba might check the big chest while he's here. I don't see any reason not to.
No, if Goomba's feeling good about his route, and I think he really should.
Is he finally gonna save and quit though?
I think he's gonna admire. I don't think he's gonna save and quit.
I mean, if Old Man for him is on buffer, that's a free entrance as well.
Alright, and Zelda is gonna make his way up here. Oh wait, he's obviously been here already, because he got the flippers before he got the Moon Pearl. Oh,
wrong big key.
I believe that is the definition of a keck wait. Feel really good for a second, and then
Oh,
feel,
we haven't seen
ooh.
that middle drop. Yeah, we haven't seen that middle drop.
No, yeah, say good, but they mirrored below it, so we haven't seen the drop here.
I'm gonna find T's down here for Zelda. Unfortunately, there's nothing in T's. Not this one, the other one.
I think there's a sword in the front of Thieves Town, which isn't the worst.
Oh yeah, there is.
for
There
him,
is.
But
there
yeah.
is.
And at least for like Goomba, he knows now at least if I see another big key, at least it's required and I don't have to get debated again. Because is there any worse feeling when you're in a Crosskeys seat at the end and you're looking for big keys and you keep finding big keys, but they're not the big keys you're looking for?
Okay, when you're like literally one big key for go mode, but you're missing like 4 other big keys, you
Right.
literally just like, please don't show me a big key. I can't do this again.
Allison, you win. Goomba's gonna feel dumb.
I'm so happy right now. I'm so happy right now. No! Okay, I don't
Just
think he's
checking
going
that
to pyramid.
entrance.
I think he's going to pod. I think he's taking the centers and going to pod.
I
But
think it's going to pyramid because it is orphaned.
this game sucks.
You
This
already
check
checked this. You already checked the top of castle. He already went over to the dark potion shop. So that item, that single item, the pyramid, is so orphaned right now for him that while he's here, he has to go there, and he's gonna flute back if he wants to check the other entrances in the eastern pod area. I think that's the right play here. All right, Zelda, where are we going? EDM. There's a connector here that we haven't seen, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think the twin house.
We haven't
connectors
seen
up
those
right.
two entrances as
All of
well.
it.
Yeah, we haven't seen those two entrances as well.
I'll say lots of value for Goomba here in checking entrances too, since he has the ability to full clear swamp at this point.
Oh,
Uh-oh! That's interesting. Because
unless
if
Ice Palace is literally here at Goomba. Oh, that's another dungeon though.
that means there's going to be slightly more value when Goomba actually goes to check that.
Quote unquote dungeon.
Yes. Oh, yo! Let's
There it is. There it is. There it is.
Also, yeah, that CT2 is now a really bad orphan for Zelda.
Yeah, you're just not even thinking about that at this point. It's never happening.
Problem right now for Zelda is going back to Eastern Palace is not easy.
You just got to commit to it at some point pretty soon, I feel like.
It's nothing in the lumberjack.
Nothing, Drosty. There's no point to killing Ega. This Eastern
I
Palace big
disagree.
is easy
I
to get for
disagree.
Goomba if he doesn't find the entrances he's looking for.
I disagree. Like, I know Goomba's keeping track of his entrances and what he finds. Hello, we still. Oh no, we can do that. Oh,
Yep, we can do it.
so if you're not looking for important entrances or entrances that only have one item, you might not. Like, if you have a lot of entrances left, you're not going for entrances. Because
The fact that Aga Tower is guaranteed to be out there too at least means there's going to be 3 items of entrance left though for him,
True.
which is nice.
Oh. Another
Alright,
dungeon.
Phase, first of all, shut up. That's very mean.
I think that's an instant play for her. Zelda, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's gonna feel pretty bad. So if this area ends up being myth locked, We'll see how this is for Goomba. Because at this point, we know the Thieves' Town small key isn't going to matter.
There is one item that could actually make Goomba go to the mountain. The book.
The book, yeah. That's true. Where was the connector on Turtle Rock? Was that across Beck Rock? Has he found Floating Island yet, actually?
No.
That's something else that would send him back there, too, because he's done the other entrances. And so he could use that to get those Dark World entrances out of the way as well. But all those things kind of presuppose Goomba feeling like, hey, I should be checking entrances right now.
There's also another issue with that Spike Cave entrance is Thieves Town on the other side. Actually, with the way you go there is actually getting to the Terror Bridges from Hookshot Cave. I feel like that's probably faster than anything else. Oh, and that's
well
the last key we were looking for.
That's what Goomba's looking for. So, mitts are only required if there's not a connector to the mire area. Which at this point I would say it's unlikely but possible.
I can see Goomba just leaving here, by the way. He's gonna go to Swamp.
Yep, I can see that too. In fact, I kind of expect him to.
Yeah, completely. You just, once you get into that, oh, I need one thing, and there's a full crystal dungeon I can clear, and maybe skip left side, who knows?
Oh, he's gonna flip to 7 as well, because he... when you, drain the dam, kind of want to check that item.
Well, no, you just leave something that you'd like there for 40 minutes, and then curse yourself.
Did Goomba find a mire connector early in the seed?
No.
Because that would flip things. I mean, I guess, regardless of the mitts, Zelda still needs the cane.
Yeah, he's just got to go back to GT, which is a hard pull.
And it's going to be a harder pull when you're so few items from Go mode. Because at this point, Zelda's what? Thieves Big, Swamp Big, Cane for Go mode? Plus finding Ice Palace and Swamp Palace in the dam?
Yeah, door. But I think he's pretty much out of doors, so he might, it feels like the mitts are going to be required. They might not be,
Isn't
obviously.
the swamp in Light World Hype Cave? Did Zelda not check that?
He did.
Okay, it's just not marked.
It sure did.
I mean, I would support a 1 hour, 20 minute Light World Hype Cave.
He was looking for Moonpro for a while. So I'm assuming, he was checking.
That's true. That's very true. If he didn't check that, I have questions. Oh, you're right, Blibro. I'm sorry. I don't know. It was marked all along. I don't know why I had such trouble seeing. Wink.
He's gonna check desert, and he's gonna flip to Swamp.
Yep, I agree. He's not going to take the mirror transitions to go back in here.
Alright, hard back for Zelda. Hey, it's...
Not anything useful.
I mean, it's not anything you're actually looking for at this point.
I mean, we know he's going to find the gold sword in one of the few checks in here, probably.
Zelga's definitely not out of doors, by the way. Because if nothing else, he has the ability to get to the Hookshot Cave entrance, which is Laser Bridge. And that has the Swamp Small. But it does really feel like the Samaria is going to be the problem item here for Zelda. More than anything else. If you find Samaria, you just kind of naturally go into everything else you're looking for.
Yeah, it's the two items that he left in GT, even though he doesn't know he left a second item there, are, like we discussed earlier, the two items that would potentially lead you to going back to GT, right? So it's just when you leave a chest like that map chest, it's still not in logic for him, I don't think, right? Like, he's never going to go back there.
Yeah, and that is actually when it comes down to the fact that Goomba having the efficiency advantage is probably more likely to stack up against Zelda as well. Because that's when you're last locationing, that's when this really matters.
Oh, I point Goomba does thieves. Just after this, I mean, if he gets a small key, obviously he's gonna go. But
he'll do it if he gets the small key. If he doesn't do the small key, I still think he's likely going to go. Because
skipping left has one for here for sure. Like, he's not going back.
Yeah, I agree.
We've never seen the other end of this connector, by the way.
That is true. Yeah, we haven't seen the drop down. Both players cheat. I mean, bomb jumped across.
He's doing it again.
We're still not seeing the other end. This is gonna get Zelda Swamp Small. Unfortunately, it's not actually what he needs, since it's still gonna be locked by getting to the Mire.
Not in logic. It is not in logic, though. I mean, unless you have a connector floating out.
You're actually okay. It's not in logic without Samaria, but yes, you're right. Unless you have floating island, which we probably do. Meanwhile, Goomba's vacuuming up with the puffs here. It is just going to end this fight with a silver arrow in Argus's face.
Boom, called it.
World spot!
I was getting worried there for a second. Like, you know, you dive TR and you haven't found the ice rod yet and you're on Laser Bridge. That's what I felt like there. Boldest strategy. Pick the spot that has the most things and is a meme for having that item and say it's going to be there and claim profit if you're right.
Incredible. Well, there's at least Tempered for Zelda. And we'll see if Goomba's going to head straight to Thieves' Town or not.
I would totally be unsurprised if that was his play because... Oh, he's going to make it just stop off at Spike Cave, which the heck with Spike Cave is my theory. But, you know, you hate to just be putting off these times. You don't have the small key. It's only one logical item. But then you find the small key and you're like, oh, great. What am I just going to go there and find what I was looking for that was freely available?
Yeah, it doesn't...
Oh, that's the connector to Floating Island. No, that's in logic enough.
That would be very good for Goomba to be able to follow.
He does Thieves Town first.
100%. But what I think once he follows that connector, he's golden. Because I do think his only play from Floating Island is going to be to go to those entrances.
He's going to Thieves Town now. He's going to bomb jump again.
He is.
I just like how much time we're spending in Spectacle Rock Cave right now.
Oh,
dueling checks
Dude,
after an hour and 26.
The sink! Ooh, Zelda gains a little bit of time down Spec Rock.
This is a race.
I like the auto connector to the TR bridge is just faster, Goomba. Just go through a short cave. Oh no. Oh no.
He's got to check the entrances here, right?
Maybe?
He's never going to be in a better position to do it.
Yeah, and he has been... I know he's been burned a few times recently with
has
the
mirror
whole
out. He has mirror out. He might
not
not.
checking doors.
Yeah, nope.
Nope.
I understand it, but... Yeah, I had the same thought when I saw the mirror, Lynn. I'm like, oh no, what are you doing?
Oh, we have... Oh, he's going. Oh, we are getting a cane of Samoria.
Nope.
Yeah.
TT first
You see the
right
main.
call.
You see the main issue that Kim Ozumara is he might skip Tyro.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one item from Go mode now. He might bail. Well, he's gonna check the... No, I think he's actually leaving.
He's doing right side. He's doing right side, but he might skip Tyro.
Okay, he's doing full right then in that case. I have to assume. Because he looked like he was about to head towards Ice Armos.
Do you think he's going to go back for the tower room?
No.
You figure my opponent got this an hour and a half ago. Not quite, obviously, because it's only been going for 90 minutes. But, like... And he couldn't check right side, but he could check tower room, right?
I feel like you're going back whenever you climb.
I agree. That is the right time to do this.
He doesn't have much. Be fair. He has 3 checks, and 4 checks in TR, and Meyer. That's what the king opens for him. And that's pretty much it.
I mean, it should be noted, Goomba has a pretty sizable dungeon advantage right now, too. So, like, even if Zelda does end up getting those mitts, he's got time before he's really in trouble.
But you have Ice Palace, Swamp, and TR that are locked behind those mids right now. So that's still, 3 dungeons.
TR is not, well, no, TR isn't locked by the mitts.
No, it's not, but like, Ice Palace, T-Town, and Swamp are all locked by the mids.
Yep.
It's an Ice. It's free. Or Swamp. One of the two. It's free, it's on the way.
No, sorry, Eastern Big is not in Swamp.
Eastern Big is in the Spike Cave entrance.
Thieves Town Big is, yes. What Zelda is looking for is the Thieves Town Big, but he needs the mitts to get it. As far as we are aware.
Yeah, feels very likely at this point.
Goomba not having found Agate Tower, he might go for entrances for sure.
Yeah, that does give a little extra heft to the entrances that he might need.
And the book is a thing.
Yeah. If he does find the book, that would also send him back in the correct direction for himself.
He's gonna go to Eastern, I guess.
Yeah, this is an Eastern play. Which, I mean, you get it. It's 4 quick items, you're 1 item from Go mode.
Yeah, you don't want to stubbornly say, I'm not going to Eastern until I find the big key, if the big key's in there.
Yep.
And it's the only thing you need. If it's there, it's over. I wonder if he'll be able to match Zelda and how quickly he finds the Eastern Palace big key after leaving Eastern.
Oh, we haven't found the Bag of Skullwoods yet? That's probably in the Maya area. Or in GT.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the Ice Palace entrance as well, if I remember right.
I would suspect Meyer area is likely to come before West Death Mountain, especially because that's kind of how Goomba lost the first game of this series as well. Zelda is in a better position now than he was... Well... Yeah...
Kinda hard to say.
It's hard to say.
We don't know when Zelga's gonna go back for Tower Room. That's the problem.
Goomba doesn't have a lot of bad plays left at this point for him.
Yeah, he's running out of spots way faster than Zelga is. And when Zelga runs out of spots, he's going to find the mitts. When Goomba runs out of spots, he's going to find Go mode.
Yeah, and the time it's going to take to get to Go mode, to get to Ganon from Go mode for Zelda is going to be a lot longer than the time it's going to take for Goomba. Well, I guess not technically Go mode, since he's still going to have to actually find the entrances and then do the crystal dungeons.
But yeah, that's what I call Go mode. You're not looking for items.
Yeah, as soon as you have the ability to reach every entrance or have found every entrance and you have every item you need, then you're in Go mode.
Alright. Time for the cleanup for Goomba. So what do we start with? Entrances?
What else does he have? Like a couple chests in Hera?
Oh yeah, actually doing
He's doing left side swamp.
left side swamp, yeah.
Alright. I suspect what we're going to see now is Goomba's now just going to prioritize definite items over anything else. And the other thing about this, too, is a lot of times you'll find runners, when they get in this mode where they just need one more thing, are going to start clinging significantly harder to logic. Like, you're unlikely to want to sequence break 6 key lock stuff in pod, for instance, because one of the pod keys might be locked behind the eastern big key. I think it is not, but it is possible that that happens.
Yeah, for sure. It makes sense. Like, when you can just find the thing in logic versus having to check, gamble that you'll find these other things to open up spots, keys, whatever it may be. Yeah. It definitely just makes the most sense to go direct. And I agree totally with just going and finding known items. Like we said, we know Goomba tracks doors. He's probably down to 1, maybe 2, if that many single item doors left, versus all these known items in dungeons where he knows what the time investment's going to be.
But he's also missing Skullwood's back, and he's also
missing Agate Tower. Yeah, which is
so that's
high
4
value.
extra items and doors that add a lot of value to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, Goomba at least now knows he didn't skip a chest in Swamp. He probably knew that already, but...
Oh!
That doesn't really do anything.
No, that's just a reminder. By the way, I still haven't found that.
Yeah, it is. I'm just mad because I wanted it to be GT.
This play makes sense. He's gonna check entrances, but
it's not the right ones yet.
Not that. What's at the end of that route?
Oh,
GT.
No. Yeah. Oh, I don't care about Jinxie's bingo sheet. I just care about the Kane to Samaria logic.
Yeah,
he's going back, but are we climbing? Is that the question? That's the question?
Dueling climbs, please. I mean, not for Zelga's
Are we
sake.
climbing or are we doing Tarum? We're climbing.
We're climbing.
This is not ideal.
I don't have a problem with the decision.
Of course, that's what
I think the decision is fine, and I understand it entirely. It's just not what he needs to do to win. I'll say, meanwhile, Goomba's gonna follow him up very shortly after he does left side here. The other thing about Tile Room is that Zelda actually has 2 orphan one-offs there. Because he also has the big chest in GT.
Oh, he did big chest. He did big chest.
he went back
Wait,
for
did
it. Yeah.
Oh, did he do it after right side?
Compass,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind then. Speak of the devil. Hello, Jinxie.
But has to grab that key as well, unfortunately.
Yep.
I mean,
It
you
is. You like the
right?
last.
I actually wonder. Well, no, because he did the compass chest. I can't imagine him skipping out on the climb, even with it being a couple of keys short on logic for at least the last couple of chests.
Yeah, it's 5
Yeah.
items.
No, it's understandable. It's the
There's-
wrong choice. It's the wrong way for both of them, but it's eminently understandable.
And it's not totally unreasonable to just find a key up here, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's terrible.
This one it has to be, right?
I think it might, yes.
The last GT small is actually in the climb.
Let's go. But yeah, one GT key can't be in a Helver Room because Mini Helver Room is not locked by any small keys to Ganon's castle. Which, by the way, if you're trying to plan to the most terrible cross key seed you can make, that's where you start.
Can we
Nah,
fast forward through this till they get to the items, or what? It doesn't work that way?
Say,
Goomba's gonna find. Goomba still has like Hera, two items in Hera.
Yeah.
Goomba has at least 2 items in Hera. He has Zora in that area.
He has a
He
few
has
items in
out
Pod
of
and
logic stuff
then
in Pod, which I can't imagine him going to before at least 5 keys.
admittedly, we're still looking for Skullwoods, right? As well.
Yeah, it's Skullwoods is starting to feel more and more like it might just be behind Ganon's tower. Or did they get spit out there?
We have
did
2 entrances in Ice. Ice
We
Palace
did it,
and-
Reddit! The Canis Samaria's in logic! The Mints are in logic!
Yeah, if we were playing under a rule set that forced you to follow logic and key logic, this seed would have been horrific.
He's on small.
Tile Room Jiffy. Man, if you're Goomba, is there any way you go back for that? Big
He's on
chest?
small.
Like, there's no way you go back.
You're fighting Ethan on the way. There's Ethan big on the way. You are.
Yeah, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
So what is going to be in the magic bat? Is it going to be the book?
He's skipping Tower Room because he got Kane when he was 1 item from Gomo and just found the Cane of Samaria to unlock multiple crystal dungeons.
Well, and he got it super late.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, skipping it
Yeah.
was completely reasonable. No, you don't need it!
Goomba, you don't need it anymore.
You know, sometimes you just want to have that extra key on your keyring when you finish.
Yep.
Like, you're missing, like, I know you know it's kind of. You're missing 1 item entrance and 2 dungeons that have 2 items each. I feel like entrances are looking good for Goomba right now.
I have to feel like they are. Especially with how out of logic a lot of stuff is. The one that isn't maybe is Zora. But you could also say, hey, that's so early in logic, maybe I'm dead if it's there.
Oh boy,
Oh.
that's not something you wanted to see.
I mean, it applies for Zelda too, though. Let's see where his flute is. Okay, he's going. This is going to be the answer for Zelda, but it's going to take him a while to get to the answer.
No. the first thing he's gonna do is gonna be my area. He's gonna find ice and the dam.
Yes,
He's gonna
but
be
he's
Go
going to
mode
have to
before
do
Goomba.
ice. He's going to have to do swamp. Like, he is going to have to do multiple dungeons.
Yeah, now exactly. Goomba's got a finite time left that he has to finish, which still feels like he's still probably going to do it, but it's a lot more risky than it was. Does he only have the one check left in pod? It's not more appealing than that to go back to?
He's got,
Or does he have
think,
two?
2 checks left in pod. Uh-oh.
Why do you check that, Goomba?
Yeah, he did. That's weird. Oh yeah, he's got 2. He's got 3. He's got the big chest. He's got the big key chest. He's got Homosaur. Basically, if something is big in pod, it hasn't been checked. So Zelda going right to the right spot here. Well, this is an entrance play, I think, for Goomba, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is entrances into Zora.
Yeah, he hasn't checked the flipper spots yet, right? So,
I mean, he checked Hobo.
yeah, of course. The best check, Hobo.
Please be in GT Skullwoods for Goomba's sake. For Zelda's sake, you want to see Skullwoods right here.
Yeah, the mountain's looking good for Goomba right now. Agate Tower, Skullwoods, and the last item
big.
entrance.
Yeah, and if Goomba makes that play, he's going to be comfortably ahead. But if he doesn't, if he tries to cram in...
guaranteed at this point, by the way. Or Pyramid Fairy.
Yep. Which is really good for Goomba because he cannot find it.
Not with that attitude.
Goomba needs to go to the Spike Cave entrance.
Imagine losing a Crosskeys tournament race because you forgot to check the Dark Death Mountain entrances. Or not even forgot, but chose not to. Who would ever do something like that?
Me?
I mean, me too. That's why I'm saying it.
It's in Freezer chest here, GFE. Say, Goomba was wondering if that was pod, I think, which is the only reason he picked it up. So I don't think he has any actual functional small keys.
Right, loading. Where are we going? We're going to the Dark World. Yeah, Hera.
Yes, he will do Freezer. Well, he should do Freezer of Horizon T.
So that's gonna be Go mode for Zelda.
And that is Go mode for Zelda. And that is a big middle finger from the game.
Yeah, he picked up the bush on accident and then it threw a block in his way. Classic.
Goomba is still ahead. I think Goomba is gonna be behind if he hasn't found it until Zelda reaches Peace Town. Which is not that far from now.
Ganon's in Sanctuary, right?
Yes.
So Eastern's an absolutely ideal 7th crystal too here. Because the transit time to Ganon from Crystal 7 literally could not be faster.
Yeah, this has got to be one of the worst feelings at the end of the CD. Like, you know, not like, you know, we've all played a lot and we checked Hera Basement, But when you know every check is critical and you're just sitting here and time is passing, it sucks, right?
Goomba, I hope your controller reconnected.
Oh no. Okay, well he's back. I mean, I don't think Goomba's consciously been saying fuck entrances, but he has been trying to concentrate on things that he knows are more like everything he's gone after that has been out of the way has been I going to something that I know has 2 items. Goomba was not taking a water break. His controller disconnected. You could hear it on the stream.
Imagine having volume up.
Oh,
Okay.
oh,
This might be the play.
Yeah.
This is
Not
gonna
to me.
be
Oh no.
close.
Oh no, Goomba, no. Goomba, no.
No, entrance is...
Oh yes! Don't skip it again, please.
I mean, I think he's gonna have the mirror out no matter what. Like, it's a very good default item to have.
Yeah, and if you find somewhere like Castle Tower,
I'm
you're
sorry.
gonna mirror out,
Goomba,
even though
Goomba,
it's a quick spot.
I love Zelda, but Goomba is still a good friend, so I'm sorry if I was biased.
Yeah, I mean, Goomba's one of my best friends. Zelda is one of, like, I have a insane amount of respect for Zelda in this game, and, like, look how close this race was.
Yeah, and
a lot of things went so bad for Zelda in this race, too.
yeah, it just shows an interesting dichotomy. He got just super unlucky with a few different choices in the early game, or basically one choice, the one that led him away from the Moon Pearl, which sort of stacked up. And then he was sort of lucky in the end game, i.e. look how much post-go mode stuff he has, which is somewhat unusual in entrance, but he's just not going to be able to quite make up enough time.
Yeah. I was like, I mean, Eastern is faster than Thieves Town anyway.
I mean, getting to Thieves Town, getting
to Thieves Town is terrible, but I feel like Thieves Town is one of the slowest go mode dungeons here in Crosskeys.
Yeah, it is what it is. Like, you don't, it's a dungeon you don't want to even have go mode for, right? Like, it basically saves you, 10 seconds over checking that one chest? It's not great.
Yeah.
I want to say pod is, but that's just me and my pod bias, because that wall is moving too slow for me.
I feel like every time I do the cutscene chest in pod, that wall moves slower. Or not the cutscene chest, the cutscene room in pod.
That's a way to get there fast, actually. Goomba never checked it. He doesn't know that it's a floating island, but that's actually a way to get a pod to Thieves Town easily.
Yep. Riley's Goomba's OOT co-op partner chiming in over here. Goomba is going to collect crystal number 7 as Zelda is hot on the heels to crystal number 7. But it's just going to be a leisurely skip, walk, and push to Ganon here for Goomba.
Yeah, we haven't found a way to just get through this, just get blind without doing this BS in Thieves Town yet, right? Oh, yeah, you're right. Thieves Town feels like one of the worst go mode dungeons because you have to do all this nonsense.
That's exactly why it feels so bad, is because you have to do so much. As Sammy gets a well-earned break for the rest of the seed, i.e. a minute.
Ganon, please.
Ganon?
This is
Ganon.
actually the worst feeling, because if you're like me, at this point you have the race room open, and so you're just watching, waiting for that done to come in while you're chasing these 17 different teleports.
Oh, see, I close the race room
Ganon.
when I'm fighting Ganon because I don't want to look over there every 2 seconds.
Tesura, the bomb boost was on Zora Ledge. Goomba saw it but chose not to pick it up because he knew at that point that it was not relevant.
Oh. Getting inputs here, unfortunate.
Yeah, but he'll still be able to get
Good
a nice
triple
double
setup,
triple
yeah.
Here.
Oh,
Nope,
wow.
missed the triple. Ooh.
Rejected.
Yes,
Ganon
triple
was
rocket.
connected. It was technically it wasn't. Logically it wasn't. Because it's it's Spec Rock. But yeah. GG's Goomba.
Yeah, and that is a GG's Goomba taking first place with a time of 1:54.15. And Zelga is going to be hot on his trail.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty close.
Like, just... We've been really lucky to have two really great semifinal series so far this tournament. I'm really excited for the finals.
Yeah, the races have all been great, and that's like one of the things with Crosskeys is like I love watching it, but sometimes the end result is very divergent, not really due to fault of the runners or whatever, right? Like you just it's a very naturally volatile mode, but we've had a lot of really, really close races.
Yeah, and it's just good to watch. And I mean, I think I've loved watching this year's tournament just because there have been so many good competitive races, especially in the last, like, 3 to 4 weeks of Swiss plus the brackets.
Yeah, exactly. Everyone in the community's gotten so good at Crosskeys that like just being like good isn't enough anymore. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
now we got to play inverted to get that advantage, right?
Or swordless.
Yeah, no thanks. I mean, I don't hate swordless, but I'm not going to make it a thing.
Don't worry, I do.
Oh, yawn. I got to get ready for these teleports.
Yeah, everybody, get your yawns ready.
I'm here for random Ganon warps so that you can lose or win races based on Ganon warps.
Can somebody please ban my Kokom?
Like a linked system where it purposely gives the leader more and the loser less to try and narrow margins.
Oh, that'd be great if only because you're like, oh man, give me more teleports, I'm in the lead, and no, it's just the game being a dick to you as your opponent finishes. As Zelga is gonna come in here as well, getting his, and does connect with the triple.
Yeah, that was a
Missed by like a frame.
yeah. He got his input eaten. That was a really clean end by Zelga. One hit, torch glitch into the triple. Very nice. GG's to Zelga.
Yeah,
Unfortunately,
GG's.
gonna have to be his last race in the tournament, but obviously an amazing run by
it?
him.
Is it? Do we have third place match? As
Well-
the admins. Should as the admin of the tournament.
I don't know. I mean, does anyone watch the third place match in the World Cup?
I do.
I
I mean, I
it-
don't,
it-
because
it-
the US is never in it.
Yeah,
But
and
I
I
would,
degenerate
theoretically.
gamblers, I guess. Like,
There is not a third place match on the schedule that I can see in the challenge. I'm sure if the runners wanted to, we would happily oblige.
Speaking, I mean, GG's Zelga
Yo,
Yeah, or not.
GG's.
by Zelga.
So did you know that if you miss your free Moon Pearl and your free Samaria and your free Mips, that the seed really sucks?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
kind of... You were sitting there like, oh man, he's got a last location, this connector, and you kept finding something to string out your seed.
Speaking
Like-
of the book, sorry.
Oh!
Because no, just Goomba's go mode was actually Ethan Big Key. which was in the Spy Cave entrance, and I was like, yeah, the books might make him go there, but the book wasn't.
Yeah, so you actually hit Goomba first, Zelga.
Yep. I'm not surprised seeing where, like, as soon as I got the my Gomo Thieves Town big, I was like, how is Goomba not done? This makes no sense.
Yeah,
so I was
just
trying to figure out in my head, like, did he miss flippers somehow? Like, I could not even think of anything.
Nah, he was one item from Go mode at the time, so he just sprinted past on his way to Thieves Town. And then at that point, he's like, let me check off all the definite item spots that I have. And finally, it was just the entrances that are out there have too many items to ignore checking entrances, and it finally brought him back.
And if you're missing Skullwood's Aga Tower and one item entrance, I feel like you have to check those entrances, right, Goomba?
Mm-hmm. so I gotta be honest. I gotta be real with you. The only reason I checked Terra first was because I really needed a bathroom break.
Damn it!
Your controller disconnected as well.
Your controller disconnected in the middle of it, and so when someone asked if you were getting water, I said, no, your controller disconnected in Twitch chat.
Nah. Metrork just does that when I unplug my headset. I don't know why.
Okay. Fair. And he wasn't getting water, in fairness.
GG's.
Losing
By the
water?
way. Congrats on making it to the finals.
Thank you.
Nice seed.
Oh, so this was a really good race.
I was, like, on the one hand, I felt absolutely amazing about the first, like, hour of the seed. Basically everything up until I beat Thieves Town I felt amazing about, and then things didn't go so hot after that, but...
Yeah, you and Zelda, I want to say, had about polar opposite experiences with this seed. Because I'm sure Zelda would love to tell you about what he got his Moon Pearl.
It was about the 45-minute mark. I think if you told me Goomba had it 44 minutes earlier, I'd believe you.
It was about 41, but yeah.
Where was it? I don't remember. I had
it was on top of Castle.
Oh,
you had
right.
Go through the connector to Mini-Boulder Cave.
Yeah, I remember that.
That's how. That's how we care about Moon Pearl compared to you. He didn't remember what it was.
And then, because he did it that much earlier, he found GT with fewer keys, and didn't have the Moon Pearl, so he saved a key, and skipped to the map chest, so he missed his Cane of Samaria, so he missed his mitts.
Good key logic, by the way. Very good key logic.
Very cool seed.
It's really weird to think that I purposely skipped Tile Room after Samaria because it wasn't logical. And so I was thinking, I'm waiting until I have 4 GT keys, and then to get the 4th on the climb is a little bit of salt in the wound. Like, if I had just done Tile Room instead of the climb, I probably end up winning this disastrously somehow.
Yeah, but I also, like, I think your methodology was incredibly solid there. And I think it's the same reason, Goomba, I assume you didn't go back to Pod, is that you were similarly trying to play around. I was scared on that for you on the Magic Bat Pod small key, because when you saw number 5, I was sort of wondering, is he just gonna go for it?
Nah, I wasn't going back until I had all 6. I had already decided that, basically.
Yeah, I feel like for Zelda, you going back to Tile Room was really rough there. Not only wasn't it in logic, but you could also, I feel like, safely assume that your opponent probably got the cane earlier and did Tile Room because they didn't have the Fire Rod, right? So
absolutely. It was one of those things where as soon as I got Samaria from that chest, I was pretty sure I'd already lost the race. I mean, I was already feeling terrible already. But then I just kind of had to commit, I'm not doing Tile Room, it takes too long. And then for that specific chest to be the mitts was just pretty much disaster.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, you're underselling it, Zelda, because not only was it the mitts, but the cane and the mitts were like the 2 things that could have drawn you back towards GT, and they were the 2 things that were in the 2 chests in GT. It was really, really, like, specifically unfortunate in that case.
Yeah, it sucked. I mean, it was my logical hard last location. The only other thing I could have done was stuff in Pod.
Yeah, I'm like... I can't be upset that I won, but I'm kind of mad at the seed because I felt like with how my early game panned out, there was basically no way I could lose. And then it managed to put the last item in the one possible spot where I could have lost.
Yeah, it was a little bit spooky because it was like, wow, like watching your early seed, it was just like a stack up of advantages that were going your way. It's like, oh, well, Goomba found the Moon Pearl from this connect, and Zelda walked by the connector. All right, well, this might be a little while before he comes
At least
back.
you got the boots almost at the same time.
And it's like, oh, well, but Goomba might miss the flute here, and then, oh, he gets spit out on top of the castle. And I mean, I didn't really expect you to miss the flute anyway. And then, as soon as you do that, like, well, he's going to kill this Pokey with Ice Rod Stratch, which, by the way, was the coolest moment in the entire scene. Ice Rod Strats on the skulls and the Pokey was phenomenal. And then it was like, oh, here's the boots, here's the mirror. And it was like, wow, this is, like, it got to the point where it was 40 minutes into the scene and people were like, is this over? And I mean, one of the things that I always find at least interesting about watching Crosskeys is, really no, because all it takes is that one item to be off the beaten path, and all of a sudden it can turn around very quickly.
Yeah, exactly. This was a very different seed, right? Like exactly like you guys have been saying. Goomba had the sort of God route Omega brain opening with all the items, and Zelda got pinged back and forth between last locations, but the end game was totally different because of that. And Zelda ended up being able to go mode several dungeons that Goomba full cleared, losing some of the efficiency advantages he gained with the earlier mirror and etc. And it just like it ended up being, like you said, it was really close, and it could have the result was not in question until, the very end, basically. It was in question, I should say. It wasn't. The race wasn't over.
I was just going to let that go without commenting.
Yeah, it's late for me. It's not even late. It's like 9 p.m., but I'm old and tired.
So, how do you feel about going to go for my crown, Goomba? Sorry. About facing another Ace Attorney, Phoenix Wright sprite user.
I mean, I don't know.
You let me have that crown for one more week, please?
I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess.
Thanks for using my sprite, by the way. For the people that didn't understand what the sprite stuck, I made it.
I mean, it was only appropriate, right? I'm going against Phoenix, right? May as well, right?
Don't listen to Lynn. He didn't make it. He's just covering his ass. He's a jerk.
True. Well, partially true. He is a jerk.
Yeah.
But he did also make the sprite. It's a very good sprite.
It is. I really like the Emma sprite. The bunny sprite is phenomenal, too.
It really is a great sprite. If Phoenix didn't exist, it would be the main one I use.
Alright. It's gonna be a great one. Like, I like you both as players, even though you're my teammate, very close friend. I'm gonna be rooting for you personally. I mean, I can be biased here, right? Don't.
I mean, were we
yourself,
unbiased on
Goldix.
comms? I don't think we're that biased, but I don't think we were unbiased either, so...
I love you both.
Yeah, no, like, and I mean, like... Yeah, like, any of the 4 people who made it to the semifinals would have been absolutely worthy champions of this tournament.
Yeah, and honestly, I don't even feel like it was that biased. Like, the race just really went better for Goomba in the beginning and better for Zelga at the end. And I think it was, we're friends with all of them, and I think it was pretty reasonable. Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean...
Like a home sports
At the
team.
end of the day, if I had lost here, like, of all the people I could have lost to, there are a few I'd rather lose to than Zelda, so ultimately, I would have been okay with it either way.
It's a pretty good feeling
exactly
to
how
lose
I
to
feel.
Zelga. It's a pretty good feeling to lose to Zelga. As a veteran loser to Zelga myself.
Yeah, is there anyone that knows more about that, or what?
Hey, you didn't knock me out of this tournament for the first time in, like, 3 tournaments.
No, I don't mind losing to Goomba one bit. I mean, when I look back at this tournament and check up my losses to Goomba, and Goomba, I'll be pretty happy with that. And
you know what? That's
I played
true, isn't
Swiss with Wally. If I had to play against both people in the finals and every loss is to Goomba, I can deal with it. I have a lot of respect for you guys as runners. So, yeah.
I guess all your losses were to me, weren't they?
Yeah. And I'm not surprised. Like I said going into this, I know I can win a series against Goomba, but let's be real. If we extend this out, like best of 3, it's fine. Best of 9, best of 21, best of whatever, Goomba's gonna win.
Goomba's never gonna get to watch anime again.
Look.
See, but if we make it a best of 29, he probably won't join, right? So let's think about this. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, yeah, at some point Zelda just wins by default because I don't play. So
that's the true Giga Brain, is I just have to wait for
that's just
full
ladder.
retirement.
Just become a tournament admin so you can. I mean, I would never do that.
But anyway, I'm really looking forward to the finals. Wallkicks is a great guy, great player. It's gonna be a lot of fun. What's gonna be less fun is playing in the middle of the fucking night, but I can deal with it.
Yeah, like honestly, of all the people that can claim having it upsets your schedule, you're one of the people I feel like that can make that claim the least, Goomba. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Quote Alison on the. I'm gonna quote Alison on the. She can call that a schedule. Oh yeah.
But yeah, that was awesome. It was awesome races. Awesome. It was awesome to see you do so well again, Zelga. GG's. It was a really fun series, and Goomba, good luck. Good luck in the next round. It's going to be awesome, as everyone said already.
Yeah, thank you. Expect to see finals over the course of the coming week, probably. I'll have to talk to Wallkicks about it and figure something out.
I was saying, I don't want to speak for Trez, but I suspect that it is likely they will end up on the ZSR main channel when they do happen. Let me actually see if this works. No.
Yeah, that's usually what we try to do with grand finals. We try to get those on main whenever possible. It's, what are you looking for? Schedule?
Schedule, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that second link will have the matches up as soon as they're scheduled. On that first one, that's a Google Calendar that has to be updated manually. Alright, that being said, any last words from our commentators or runners?
We'll start to watch. That's it.
Yeah, just want to thank everyone at ZSR for helping out with the tournament. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'd second all that. I'm going to be out now, but I'll be happily watching the finals. And thank you guys for doing the commentary. I can't wait to watch this back. I might start at like the hour mark, but
No, this was super fun. We were very sad for you for a long time.
I was very sad for me for a long time.
I was very sad for me for a long time. It's just that was starting at like the hour and a half mark or something.
I just love the idea of watching back my own races, but skipping the parts that I don't want to watch again, too. I love it.
I watched back a bunch of my old races. They're just the ones that I win. Watching back losses makes me sad, so I don't do it.
But yeah, anyways, GG's everyone.
Yep.
Okay, so this isn't the only grand final we have coming up. Tomorrow we actually have 2. The first is at 4 p.m. Eastern. It is ALttPR Random Settings League Season 3. That's between Rob Dog and Hamsta.
Who?
It's the ending of a double elimination tournament, so Rob Dog has a 1-game advantage over Hamsta by virtue of coming from the winner's bracket. So, if Rob Dog wins, the tournament's over. If Hamsta wins, causes a bracket reset, and they will play again Tuesday at the same time.
This is also a rematch, by the way. They met in the winner bracket finals, and Rob Dog was obviously successful in winning. Just to add color.
Yeah, and then the other grand final is the Z2R Nibiru Invitational Tournament. That is at 9 p.m. Eastern. We'll hopefully get that on the main channel as well, but, with Random Settings League, it can go anywhere from 15 minutes to 6+ hours. So we'll see about that. That's scheduled for 9 p.m. Eastern.
I just want another 69-piece Triforce hunt like we had in the loser bracket final.
That was so great. All right, we had someone redeemed suggest a raid targets, and then the streamer that was suggested is still live. And I know the person's been suggesting this user Night King 22, but has frequently gone offline before the restream ended. So let's go say hi to them. Until next time, good night.
Thank you.